Hi, I was wondering if your store deals Ibanez guitars.
Ibanez, yeah, we do have some kicking around.
Oh, cool. I see you have a lovely RG over there. I love the shape, and this one has a very nice finish on it in particular.
The shape. You do know that for just a bit more money you could get a true guitar. A made-in-America Fender. A made-in-America Fender. A Fender, a true icon of greatness and everlasting sublimeness.
Yeah. This Ibanez sure feels great. The stuff they pull nowadays even from Korea and Indonesia is quite amazing.
What are you talking about? This is an imitation. A cheap offshoot of the mighty Stratocaster, the symbol of peace and hippie love. Ibanez is just another ice guitar.
Right. I see you're quite the Fender guy. Or girl or whatever. Tell me, what is it that you love about Fender so much?
What is there not to love? It's the guitar of the masters. I mean, gods. The great Hendrik Clapton played a Stratocaster, besides many other blues and jazz heroes. Oh, and let's not forget John Mayer.
Usually I'd just cut my losses at this point and leave. But just for the heck of it, what's so great about these people?
What are you saying? These people played the greatest music that ever existed. They reminded people of the inequality in American society and the hapless poor.
While playing gear worth hundreds of times more than the earthly possessions of those hapless poors.
They told people about mankind's greed and excesses.
By burning expensive guitars which they could have given to an upstart player or even sold and donated the cash. All the while being stoned and drunk shit-faced.
They scolded the people for their ignorance and hate, and taught them how to love.
Truly ironic, considering how these condescending know-it-alls were either lazy rich kids who hated capitalism or lazy poor people looking for free shit, while screwing everyone they could, but mostly themselves.
And let's not forget, they showed America and the West that we can change.
This isn't going anywhere. If you consider these people brainwashed and not just idiots, then I guess jazz, blues and funk were the detergent used for the job. Anyways, why would you want to sound like everyone else?
While stand out with a rice guitar and you can have an American icon.
American icon. You keep using these words, but I don't think they mean what you think they do. If being everywhere and representative of a culture means being an icon, then I guess Fender is as much of an American icon as morbid obesity and poor math grades.
But it's made in America.
So what? At that price I can buy an Ibanez Prestige and still have some money left. Or I can go for an ESP2. Now those are some wonderful guitars.
Ho ho ho, you crack me up. You dare compare American craftsmanship with Japanese sweatshop labor.
Japan doesn't have sweatshops. And although I appreciate good consistent American craftsmanship, Fender is not the place to look for it. How many times was it that you saw a new American-made Fender with quality control issues? And be honest, the most jarring problems I encountered, besides the ones stemming out from Fender's crappy guitar design, are poorly fitted necks, gaps in the neck pocket, horribly dressed frets and improperly cut nuts.
But so do Gibson guitars.
You're not making much of a case for American craftsmanship now, are you?
Who cares about consistency? You just have to look for the one. The gem in the pond.
Do you mean an Ibanez gem?
No, you silly man. I mean that one Fender with almost no issues that plays like a dream. That was the design. The original Fender design. Take the Stratocaster, for example.
Oh, okay. While they aren't the least ergonomic guitars around, it's quite up there in terms of poor tuning stability. This will infuriate some, but the 9.5-inch radius fretboards, the crappy neck joint, the shoddy tremolo systems, although the 2.1s aren't that bad, the need for string trees, and the lack of a choice for a 24-fret fretboard. All these things make the hollow Stratocaster quite a bad contender to the rice guitars which you so hate.
What about the Telecaster? The one, the symbol of gaudy angelic tone, so pure and so simple, so raw and
so utterly appalling and uncomfortable to play in less than average sounding. Hell, if it wasn't for all the posers and vintage hipsters, they would have never survived to this day. The young nation sucks, at least on the vintage ones. It's a bit less ergonomic than playing a saucepan with strings. Add to that all the problems of the Stratocaster except the bridge-related ones, and you have a nightmare of a design.
But they have improved on that. We have the American Deluxe series nowadays, if you want something more playable.
I'll admit that the HSS American Deluxe Stratocaster I played was indeed quite fun. And I'm pretty sure I wouldn't mind an American Deluxe Telecaster for that matter. But at $1,500 they'd better be buy one, get one free.
But Fenders have souls. Fender guitars are soulful, not like those import guitars.
If by soul you mean playability and design flaws and quality control quirks, then I guess you're right. Japanese guitars don't seem to have many of those. Although if you consider that everyone and their dog has a Fender, then I guess the soul part doesn't hold up well either.
You're a terrible person. You must be listening to 80s thrash metal almost non-stop.
At least you got something right. And now everyone, try and remember, don't judge guitars by stereotypes. Go out there and play the damn things until you find what fits.
If someone tries to pass bad design as vintage and tradition, then move along. You will only be missing out on frustration and the joys of fooling oneself.
And while not all Fenders are that bad, most of their good reputation is made up of fanboys, hipsters and other people trying to blend in.
Fuck the posers.
Thrash on.